right, tonight's big story is night 3 of our coverage of Portland's meth crisis, a crisis that's gotten so bad it actually came up at today's city council budget meeting.
Not only has the house's population reached an all-time high, but our streets are being flooded with a new form of methamphetamine that is incredibly cheap, highly addictive, and highly dangerous. Thankfully, both the city and the county identified large windfalls in our budgets to give us an unexpected opportunity to make a significant impact on the pressing crises we face.
Portland's Housing Commissioner Dan Ryan there talking about two things. Number one, yes, there is a new, or at least newly popular, form of meth. It's called P2P, and it's basically made from cheaper ingredients. It's also more lethal. It causes extreme psychosis, experts say, pretty much off the bat. And point number two, the city and county have millions of dollars in surplus revenue, which, as of a few hours ago, they're officially funneling into two main categories: policing and homelessness. Now, the homelessness headline we already knew, because a couple of weeks ago, city and county officials announced they were pooling their extra revenue together to invest $38 million into homeless services. And a big chunk of that money, they said, will go toward hiring and deploying what they call behavioral health teams, basically mental health and addiction workers who can flood hard-hit areas like Old Town in Portland. A detail the Willamette Week described as, quote, a request that Old Town homeless service providers made of the city and county earlier this month as they bemoaned an increase in psychotic episodes that were disrupting mealtime services. An increase in psychotic episodes. That's a really succinct way of summing up what these three men have been telling us all week. Kenneth, Nick, and Eddie are all in recovery after spending years on Portland streets addicted to meth. And they were really blunt about why they believe in their minds this crisis is worse than ever.
Nobody's going to jail for it anymore. So I call it lawlessness, because people think, oh, no big deal. I'll just sit here and smoke and sell meth. I mean, eventually it'll catch up with them, I'm hoping, but nothing's really happening.
That was Kenneth there. We'll get to Nick's and Eddie's takes in a minute. But first, a lot of you have been writing in about these segments. Nora's email really grabbed us. She wrote, how do families help their loved ones? I lost my intelligent, wonderful 21-year-old nephew to drugs at the end of September. Every one of us think every day, was there something else I could have done to help? He came from a good family, she continued. All of us tried to help, but none of us are trained professionals. His father even drove him to rehab, which obviously did not help. Where can families get the education to be able to actually make a difference? Nora, we are so sorry for your loss. We know too many families go through this. And as we said, both the city and the county are making record investments in addiction treatment services. The state of Oregon is as well. They actually just announced more than $200 million aimed at this issue across Oregon. In the meantime, most counties do have a list of services on their website. This is Multnoma's. Those are resources for people needing treatment and their families. It's a solid place to start for those seeking education. So for tonight, we're going to wrap this up by letting you hear again what Nick and Eddie, the other two interviewees, have to say about what they think officials should do to really help those struggling and make a dent in the chaos on Portland streets.
More housing, more mental. I noticed a lot of people down here have mental health issues, and I think the city could focus on that.
I'm going to be honest with you. 2018, I got arrested for distribution of heroin and distribution of methamphetamine down on 6th and Flanders. Okay, I was selling it to support my habit, you know, seriously. And back in Iowa, anything over 5 grams is a federal charge. I got caught with a ½ ounce of heroin and 3/4 of an ounce of meth, and it was a simple state charge I only got 3 years on. Okay? I've been locked up. They need to reform that stuff. make it harder on people in there. Seriously, they do. And the people that are actually dealing with stuff, like I was doing, you know, yeah, they need to give them some time. I mean, some real time.
Our thanks to those three men.